The disappointment last night for you, felt for you, and referee decision on the sending off was pretty incredible, actually. Maybe a couple of mistakes and self-inflicted, but I think we've still got to look at the season and say we've got a young team and we have got plenty to look forward to.
Yeah, I think your summary is pretty accurate. I thought their goal is a bad mistake from our part, a 50-50 battle that we lost. Was against the run of play. We just had 2 chances just before that. But I thought the reaction of the team was very good. The girls still try to play in a small pitch, difficult pitch, no spaces, against a very good side. But I thought we controlled quite well the game. Of course, with some imprecisions, which is normal when you play against a good team in a small pitch. But we carry on. We imposing our game, which is very difficult against Glasgow City. And then obviously the decision that you mentioned, I could not believe it. It was 10 yards from me. I could not believe it. It's crystal clear. I don't think Farrelly meant bad. She went for the ball, totally get it, but it's high feet, it's excessive force, reckless challenge, it's a straight red, no doubt. Everyone saw it. The referee decided not to do anything about that. And for me, the danger is first that would have made a space. We struggled for space because of the size of the pitch. With one less player, we could have created much more. And then, obviously, the message you send when you don't do anything about that is this is acceptable. Well, for me, that's not acceptable. So you feel unprotected. And then in the second half, I thought we started brilliant. Again, against the run of play, a couple of mistakes, as you say, and from that shot. 100 times that shot happened and Chloe Logan will save 99 times. It was a shot without power, but that time went in. It wasn't our day. And then to make things worse, obviously Chloe Logan injury at the end, which obviously, let's see, we will assess today, but, didn't look good. So yeah, very frustrating day, but as you say, I cannot blame the girls. It's very difficult to impose our game. They did that, they fight hard. They won second balls against a team that is very good at second balls, and we try to impose our game where we know that pitch doesn't suit. So I am proud of them despite the defeat, but at the same time I'm gutted because it was a must-win game and we failed to do so.
I'm looking forward to the weekend, the Scottish Cup match against the Rangers. And you've obviously got a very good record against them, just the one defeat in your time at the club. Surely a Scottish Cup victory and to add to that wonderful day in December when we won the League Cup is going to make this a season to remember anyway.
Yeah, I think maybe for me, my personal opinion is there is a season to remember anyway. Already, as you say, it's a very young team. Players yesterday coming from the bench, Maria Gross, 19, Tegan 18. It's a very, very young team. So they don't have the experience that, players that won 14 league titles got. It's obvious. But, they do well. They are growing. They are better players now than they were at the beginning. So we are very excited with their development, and we will carry on working and trying to improve them as a player and as a team. I think we are playing good football. But on Sunday, obviously, we got a little disadvantage of 1 day less of rest and, a lot of heavy legs because our game yesterday was very tough. So it's going to be a very tough game. Normally, it's very tough against Rangers, but it's going to be extra tough because of, obviously, the little time to rest that we have. But we know every time we fall, we know how we always like to stand up and move on. And new challenge, we like challenges. It's going to be an extremely difficult game, but we will give our very best because we would love to be in another cup final.
You mentioned there, obviously, just wanted to check in what the update is on Chloe Logan and Chloe Craig this morning, what you know about how serious their injuries are.
Yeah, so the report from training... Oh, sorry, Claire.
No, I was going to say, obviously, Chloe Logan's looked very, very serious.
Yeah, so the girls will report from training after this media. They report at 12, so we haven't seen them yet. We wanted them to have a little bit extra sleep. Obviously, we finished late and it was a hard game. So we will see, we will assess her and we will update as soon as we know. But as you say, it didn't look good. We are devastated for her. Not only obviously losing a player is always devastated, but she just had her first collab with Scotland, so we all feel terrible for her. Everything that could go wrong yesterday went wrong. So it's football. Sometimes happen, and now we need to make sure we bounce back, and hopefully, today is a new day. So hopefully we get some good news that is not that much. So I really hope so.
Yeah. Last night's just one more question from me about last night. Team selection seemed focused on experience rather than some of the players who have, Maria and Tyler, players like that have started recently. Was that a deliberate move in a game of this magnitude from you?
Yeah, I mean, you saw the size of the pitch. It's a very short pitch, and there is no width. And you saw how they play. They like to play direct from the keeper, fight for second balls. So you need fighters and players that have been in great form. It was unfair, maybe Tyler, Maria Gross, they were in great form, Shen Mengyu, but that's not really their game. Fight for second balls and it's a very, you saw the aggression of the game. So yeah, that's why we picked the team. Plus that team selection, apart from the goalkeeper, was exactly the same team selection that we picked in the cup final. And we were superb that day. To be fair, I don't think we were bad yesterday. We just, we didn't have the luck in our side, and the last ball, because of the size of the pitch, the final third we were poor. I think that's where we were poor. But yeah, I think probably if we can come back, we will pick the same team. Although we know the result, but I thought that was the team that was going to give us the 3 points.
You mentioned there the final third. Is that something I was going to ask you going into the game on Sunday, what you might have taken away from last night and what you might have learned going into another massive fixture?
Yeah, it's really not applicable. So we train every day in a huge pitch. We play our home games in a huge pitch. When we play Rangers away, it's a huge pitch. The pitch yesterday is very small. So although we are working a lot with finishing because we spot that as something that we need to improve on, the movements are very good, but the timing, when the side changes, the timing, it changes. So I think obviously the final ball wasn't good. The last cross, the last shot, it wasn't good yesterday. We could have scored a few goals. We got clear chances. But I think, in our home pitch, I think that would be, more what we used to train. But of course, again, the opponent are, they are at the moment, they're in a great form. They are unbeaten this year. Unbeaten in the league. In the cup, they got beat against us. So we will hope to do the same, but it's gonna be hard.
Yeah. Just quickly before I go, apart from Chloe and Chloe, who is everyone else available for the weekend?
We don't know. We have to assess. A few girls, they complete the wellness report in the morning. A few girls report tightness or knocks or groin or hamstrings. So we will have to see. It's normal that they feel tired with 2 games back to back and now another game. So I will know tomorrow. Today is going to be a light session for the players that play 90 minutes or more than 60. The others will do a little bit more, but it's mainly focused on recovery. They will do ice baths and try to get ready to train tomorrow and then for the game. But hopefully everyone is available apart from Chloe is probably very unlikely. I don't know about Chloe Craig either. Didn't look good at the end of the game, so let's see how she feels.
Yeah, we've spoke to a lot of Celtic fans who would like to see the girls play their games closer to Celtic Park or somewhere central in Glasgow where it would maybe be easier to attend to get a lot more fans there. Is this something you would personally support, especially if there was an opportunity to play on a real pitch as well instead of an artificial surface? Because I know I seen your tweet went quite viral, you enjoying the derby, the men's derby. So to get kind of bigger crowds to the women's games, I would personally love to see it. So what's your thoughts on it?
We really miss our fans. Our home games, obviously they don't have big crowds because it's difficult access on a Sunday. Transport is difficult, so we already assessed that. For us, everything what we do is because of the fans. We want to create this atmosphere, this environment where everyone is excited about watching the women team, almost as much as watching the men. So yeah, we want something closer where fans can get easy access. So the club is working towards it. I don't know when it will happen, if it will happen next year or when, but yeah, we are working towards it because we spotted that's something that we need our fans with us. It make a massive difference.
Yeah, definitely. And to go back to more of a kind of football related question, for you, you've obviously got a remit of yourself and what you want to achieve, Fran, but was the league always going to be a bit of a tough ask this season, especially with the turnover of players in the squad and the bedding in of new players?
Yeah, 100%. It was, I never say that, we were favourites to win the league or anything like that. I wanted to be fighting until the end. Do I think Rangers are going to lose 4 games from here till the end of the season? I really doubt it. So mathematically it's possible, but I don't. We think about game by game. Even the Champions League now, Champions League spot became difficult. We are 5 points behind Glasgow City, but that's a little bit more achievable. 2 games, but think about it. One team lost 0 games and Glasgow City lost only 1 game, so they don't lose many games. Obviously, they have a huge depth in the squad and huge budgets as well, so it's going to be very difficult. But for us, we already won 1 competition. We got the opportunity to go through in the cup on Sunday, which is something that we really want. It's going to be a very difficult challenge, also because maybe we are not as fresh as we wish, but we will see our fight like all the time. We see when the girls play, and we will try our best. But yeah, in terms of the league, I think it's a huge mountain to climb.
Obviously, so one to take last night, but a chance to bounce back on Sunday. Sunday being a one-off cup game, do you take a different approach into that game as what you would have taken last night, or is it just the same, play your own style of football and be the better team on the day?
I think probably we will play our style of football. It's our identity, is what we like to do, what we are good at, what we work since the beginning of the season. But we also will have to assess the squad to see what players are available. We got some key players that report some kind of issues today, so we will see how they feel. Obviously, it's not the same pressing for 90 minutes high than going to a medium block in terms of legs. So we will see how they feel and how we approach the game. But what we are gonna for sure is see a team that is very, very intense, and a team that is gonna do everything they can to win the game. Although we know it's gonna be a difficult task.
Yeah, I think we spoke about this time last year, and one of the things that came up that I think really annoyed you, and I think it gave the team a bit of motivation, was the quote from one of the kind of outlets that said that Celtic found themselves as a 3rd horse in a 2-horse race. Now, I've already seen outlets coming out with something similar again this year. Is that something that you can build on from last year and try and get the team spirit together to show and to prove everybody else wrong, and in the 11 games that you've got left in the league, at least challenge for that Champions League spot?
Yeah, definitely we will use it. I mean, if they say we are out of the league title race, it's not mathematically a fact, but we are very, very far away. And the other teams, they got a huge budget, huge players on the bench. So if somebody get injured, they're gonna be replaced by a player of the same quality. So I don't think they will lose three games and a draw from here till the season. I don't think that's gonna happen. So for us, it's going to be that very difficult. But the Champions League is something that we will fight until the end. Until it is mathematically not possible, we will keep fighting. We will keep using really everything we can to motivate the girls. But I think we never saw the team playing without motivation, without fight, without passion. That's something that we always, even yesterday, the result wasn't in our side, but I think the display wasn't as bad as the result. And yeah, we will utilize that, calling to try to get into the Champions League spot, and hopefully we can get through in the cup, because that's another dream of us. So still a lot of things to fight for, and regardless of what happened, as I say before, this is a very good season for us. Very young squad, and we already won a title where we have to beat all the top 3 teams away from us. So I am proud of the players, and it would be a good season regardless. But hopefully we can achieve something else.
Yeah, I hope so too. One player I'd like to kind of highlight, and it seems to be someone who never shies out of the occasion and always puts themselves forward. Kailyn Hayes throwing on the goalkeeper gloves last night. Just having that spirit and having her about the squad, it must be a massive boost. She is becoming Mrs. Celtic. She just puts herself in every single situation. It'd be great to have a living Kailyn Hayes on the park.
Yeah, I mean, she's a very passionate player, so it's a perfect fit for Celtic. The good thing for us is we got so many Kailyn Hayes. We got so many girls that every time they put the shirt, they fight 150% of their possibilities, and sometimes with more accurate, sometimes less accurate, sometimes they got better or worse performance. But the passion the girls got for the badge, for the teammate is unquestionable. Kailyn is a very good example, of course, of a girl that supports Celtic as a kid, and now she's achieving her lifetime dream of playing for the club and doing very, very well. The highlight, obviously, the goal she scored in the best days so far this season in this cup final. So yeah, very, very happy with Kailyn and with every other player.
And finally, not just a question, but as we highlighted earlier, the games on Past the Paradise, as Justin said, it's the games at 𝒖𝒍𝒍 on Sunday. What would you say to any Celtic fans that could potentially make both games on Sunday, considering the importance of what this tie is, and encourage them to come along?
Yeah, I mean, I know the access is difficult, so I know it's not the easiest way to go there unless you own a car and to go there and then go to to Celtic Park. But obviously, if you can make it, we really feel it. It's very important that, especially now, that we have to bounce back, and it's the worst opponent that we can have to bounce back. But always when we feel the support of the fans, like in that cup final, we are always extra 10%, and this is a massive game. So yeah, please, if you are free, just come and support, and then hopefully every Celtic fan can enjoy 2 wins in one day.